T.O. Blaze.
Hey there, this is Tio bringing another Kerbal Space Program video, and today I'm going to be putting some audio towards an old video that I had recorded a while back. This is a career mode that I had started just to kind of keep the game simple, trying to unlock the tech tree by basically just sticking around Minmus and the Mun and doing things like that. Not doing anything too ambitious, I suppose, because I know I've talked about it in lots of my previous videos. Sometimes the game can run a little slow. The more crafts you have, the bigger the crafts, things like that. So anyway, I think right now I have a mission, or a contract rather, to build a station around the Mun, and I sent my crafts and didn't have a relay network set up. And the crafts, when they get on the dark side of the Mun, you lose control. So because they don't have pilots on board. I guess I should have pointed that out. So this mission is to send a relay satellite so that I can have a signal most of the time. If you're going to have complete coverage around a celestial body, usually you're going to send at least two, usually three satellites to build a network. But for today, I'm just sending a simple relay, which you saw me constructing on screen. Love making relay satellites just because you can, take creative license with how they're going to look, where the solar panels are going to mount, things like that. Around the Mun, you have lots of options for which antennas to use, because the more powerful ones obviously you only need one. Some of the smaller ones you need a couple. Um, you've got lots of options, and yeah, just kind of fun sometimes just to go with what looks the coolest. I guess I think for the sake of a simple playthrough like this, I'm not concerned about speed or sometimes the smaller, I guess simpler antennas take a little longer to upload a signal. For instance, like if you're sending some really complicated science experiment back to Kerbin, it might take a little long. Anyway, not a concern with the Mun in particular. So pretty simple rocket style. I like sometimes when I get the opportunity to build a rocket without boosters, I think they're pretty fun to build. So that's obviously what I'm going with here. Just a big core stage, and then a transfer stage at the top. That'll get me the rest of the way to the Mun, and then the actual little satellite on top. So there you saw my typical ascent from Kerbin. I know you can see the signals bouncing around. That's fun to see sometimes. I'll turn that feature on. So getting my little rendezvous with the Mun, and I'm going to go with a highly elliptical polar orbit. So hopefully, most of the time, the satellite's going to be above the Mun, not blocked by the Mun, and should be able to bounce a signal to the dark side, to the back side of the Mun at all times. And every now and then, obviously, it's going to come back down at the bottom of the orbit, and I would, in theory, lose signal, but I'm going to have signal a lot of the time. So that's kind of the purpose of this. Definitely going to have signal for the brief moment that I'm going to need it later on in the video, which is now, to show you the docking of the two vessels that will actually create the orbital station around the Mun that will allow me to complete my contract. So there you see my typical rendezvous maneuvering, basically trying to get that closest approach lined up. Unfortunately, these orbits were pretty close together, and as I mentioned earlier in the video, I lose control of the vehicles sometimes because they don't have signal. So it's kind of limited with what I could do with the docking in this video. But there you see, my station's complete, my contract's complete. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a very simple one today, just building a little relay satellite. Hit the like button if you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll see you again really soon.